Glorify your name because your name is worthy to be praised. Without you, we cannot do anything of ourselves. We thank you for waking us up and the breath you breathe unto each and every one of us this morning, blessed Lord. My God and my King, I bring the country before you. Grenada, Carrico, Petit Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Father, in a morning like this morning, I bring the Prime Minister before you. I bring the school children this hour, Lord. I bring the opposition party in a morning like this morning, Lord. Father God, take that son in charge if thou be so pleased. Remember all the ministers, I bring them before you this hour, blessed Lord. Those who are to win and even those who don't win this seat, Lord. My God and my King. Remember all the farmers this morning, blessed Lord. Remember all the workers here and everywhere. Remember the teachers, the principal, the school children, the entire force this hour, Lord. Father, reach out and touch each and every one of them this morning, Lord. Remember the whole world is in your hand this hour, blessed Jesus. You are the maker of all your children. You are the one who could give. You are the one who could take. You are the one who could create. You are the one who could destroy. Remember each and every one this morning, my God and my King, this hour, blessed Lord. Remember every village, every parish, every Christian, every corner, every dangerous road. Where there is darkness, put light. And where there is light, make it more bright this hour, blessed Lord. Father God, remember Mr. Andre, I bring before you. Remember that son, if thou be so pleased. My God and my King, take that son in charge. Pass by your spring of your body. Remember each and every one of them, those who are taking care of them, those who are dwelling with them. Remember them this morning. Bless them if thou be so pleased. Remember his staff I bring before you this hour, blessed Lord. Each and every one of them, you know them by the name and you know them by the number. You are acquainted to them. Joy you cut in and give them a peep down below this hour, blessed Lord. My God and my King, have mercy this hour, blessed Lord. Mercy I ask and mercy is our total plea. My God and my King, remember each and every one, Lord. Father, all those I cannot mention, Lord, remember them this morning because they are like your children. Pass by each and every one of them this hour, blessed Lord. Father God, pass by Carriculan again, pass by Petit Martinique, pass by Grenada, Lord. Father, you know it better than I do. You know that place and them, Lord. And Father, is in your hand. You are alone, you are alone, you are alone, Jesus. What knows everything, we ask you for mercy, pardon, and forgiveness in no other name, but in only in you, Jesus' almighty name. As you taught the disciples to say, our Father which art in heaven, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us the days our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For there is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen and amen. Thank you, Lord.
Amen. Good morning. How you doing?
They are sweeping me.
That's good. Sweep.
Me yard, and I hear you call me name, so I just put down the broom.
I call your name, woman?
So I just
mercy. Me call your name?
The broom, and I come one time.
Can you
one
hear
thing
me?
With me, I just obey, you know.
Can you hear me call Keno name?
Well, I hear you say, as if it's Keno, Miss Matas, and who? But past me is what fast a lie.
I didn't say a lie. Never said that. I never say a lie.
But I believe I hear that. At the outside.
Can you remember you're in Dracula?
Let me hear Dracula. And you say you need help?
Me?
You didn't say that too?
No.
Okay. I believe sometimes we just too fast too, you know, just too fast. You don't say that? Because if I get up and I sleep in my yard, I'm supposed to meditate on my yard.
Well, yeah, I would want to believe that, yeah. I don't believe that. But,
okay.
But,
can you do children next time day?
What next? You know, what kind of thing? Are you behaving like black people children? So, what do you?
Well, I was a black woman, you know.
Hey, I don't understand you. You're behaving like black people children, so can you behave yourself, eh?
Well, I behave. I'm going back and sweep my yard.
What for
before
breakfast?
the sun hot.
What's for breakfast this morning, love?
Not me this morning, no.
No breakfast?
No, you don't know nothing this morning. Things bad.
What? You have sugar?
No, sugar today. Sugar today.
Oh me, oh my.
Not sugar, what giving people sugar,
Well, sugar in itself is not good, but as you say, sugar don't give sugar. Right?
No.
So if sugar is to give sugar, the amount of people, everybody's supposed to be walking around with that problem, right?
And also we did it long, because sometimes when we come out with some coconut and sugar, we get into it and drink water,
Exactly. Anyway, darling, do take care of yourself. Don't do what I don't,
to you.
Don't do what I wouldn't do. Bye-bye, doll. Take care.
All right.
Right, good. 9-1. Good morning. How you doing, friends? 10 minutes after the 7 o'clock. Agriculture Thursday it is here. We're supposed to have been a special program with Cardi this morning. So I believe Mr. Andel is supposed to be in the studio with us. And that's all I can tell you. I know that there are a couple of individuals who will be joining us virtually. And that's all I know at this particular point in time.
Oh, yes.
So if you are involved in agriculture,
Is the
whichever aspect of it,
number one,
animal husbandry
one.
or crops,
Oh, yes. The number.
listen, there may be something very interesting for you this morning. 10 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour, we should be hearing from Drumsticks shortly.
It's on agriculture.
And yeah, let me tell you something. Let me bring you guys up to speed a bit. My mom, from Birch Grove. Yeah, that lady we always call. Yeah, she is in hospital. She's in hospital. That I can tell you. I don't have any more information that I can give to you. Have I been to see her yet? No, I have not been to see her yet. Thanks to Drumsticks and her family, they provided me with numbers. So I spoke this morning with her son, and I did not want to visit before I had an opportunity to speak with members of the family. So I spoke with her son this morning, and it's very interesting that he says, "Oh, Andre, I know you." I said, "You know me?" He said, "Yeah, I see you work at Lucky Heart Restaurant on Church Street." So yeah, so that's how far back as he would have known me. I spoke to him this morning, and he advised me that she's there, on the mend, and as soon as I have more information, I will be able to give that to you. All right. So that's all I'm allowed to tell you at this particular point in time.
Yes.
All I can say is that she's resting comfortably.
Is the number one.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Central Point. Yes, Central Point it is. We have available for all your conveniences newborn diapers, pillows, oil for vehicles, disposable paper items, plates, cups, serviettes, etc. Household items, mops, brooms, and rakes, pipe fittings, top up for your phones, cooking gas from Rubis and Spice, gas for your AC, a wide variety of drinks, soft and alcoholic. If you're in a pinch and need a taxi, that is available also. Contact Bob and Dave at 458-9745, 456-0550, Silverly, or 442-9307. And don't forget, this is where you get enrolled in the university under the cashew tree at Plains in St. Patrick's.
Here's a message for you to come join me on Christmas Shack Shack. It is going to be your ultimate Christmas show. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 10 p.m. It's going to be a blast. Remember the dates now? Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 10 p.m. starting November 15th right up to the 22nd of December. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and Real FM. Christmas coming again. You ready for parang?
Hey now, listen to this and listen carefully. At Low Tongue Sauters is the best little seafood restaurant on this lovely island. Bacon shark, steamed fish, fish and chips, and the daily catch. Whatever that may be, we have it for you. To complement this, you can have the most tasty sorrel, golden apple, ginger, and passion fruit drinks, all locally made, just as you know it to taste. As you visit our restaurant, take some time to browse through our super convenience store, where you will find an item which has not been seen for so long. We offer you the best prices on t-shirts and unisex vests, casual and dress shirts, and the widest range of body oils. For whatever the occasion, find the fragrance, be it male or female. For you and only you, we have a wide variety of headphones and chargers. So here's what. Visit for the food, the bar, or the store, and stay for the others, because you never know what surprise is in store for you. We're open from 9 to 9 Monday to Saturday. Sunset Restaurant. The Christmas breeze is blowing at Dominic's Shopping Centers. In Fun City, Guave, Santa has brought everything you need this Christmas, including greeting cards, floor coverings, mats and rugs, mattresses, bed sheets, pillows and cases, a variety of household items, pots and pans, glass sets, mixers, blenders, toys, flowers, electronics including radios, Bluetooth battery speakers with lights and hi-fi, 4 and 6 burner stoves and refrigerators, washing machines, and much more. We have clothing and accessories for the whole family. Extra opening hours for the Christmas season are Sunday 18th December. We will be open from 9 to 5 p.m. Call or visit us today on 444-8804-LANCE or 444-9221 Down Street. Best wishes for the Christmas and a prosperous 2023. Dominic Shopping Center, the best in the West. It keeps getting better.
We can all use some holiday cheer, so Christmas is coming early this year. Unwrap the true magic of Christmas on Real FM 91.9 and 91.5. The time of love and giving is here, so come, take advantage of our specially developed packages as we celebrate our 18th anniversary as a media entity. Packages start as low as $500, which guarantees 5 spots per day, Monday to Friday, and bonus spots on Saturdays. Promotion ends January 31st, 2023. Call 442-0975 or email us at real919fm@gmail.com for more information. Don't miss this superb opportunity to get great discounts when you advertise with Real FM.
Sandy's Variety Store, located on Main Street, St. Patrick. That one-of-a-kind store where you can find ladies, men, and children clothing in all sizes and styles. Underwear for men, women, and children. Shoes, sneakers for the whole family. We also carry plus sizes too. One-of-a-kind items where you would only find at Sandy's. And guess what? You won't find more than 3 items that's the same. Sandy's Variety Store. Call us at 418-4769. That number again, 418-4769. Sandy's Variety Store.
Yes, agriculture is the number one.
18 minutes after 7. Good morning, Drums. Tell me.
Hello, good morning. Good morning to you, good morning to the nation. I'm reading from the Word of God, Psalm 90, verse 3. Thus turneth man to destruction, and says, Return, ye children of men. For 1,000 years is thy sight are but as yesterday when it is past, and as a watch in the night. Thou carriest them away as with a flood. They are as a sheep in the morning. They are like grass which groweth up. In the morning it flourisheth, and groweth up in the evening. It is cut down and wither. This is the end of the scripture reading.
Thank you very much. How you doing, my girl?
Not too bad. I'm good.
That's wonderful news. I spoke to the gentleman this morning.
Oh, okay, that was nice.
Yeah, I got him this morning. And the thing about it, would you believe that he has known me for a lot of years when he used to work at a restaurant in St. George's.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but I don't remember him. But I guess when we see, I'd realize whether or not I remember the face.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, thanks again for the information, yeah?
Yeah, let me just I'm reminding everyone that this afternoon our annual Christmas dinner at Burberry. Come all.
That's this evening?
Yes, and enjoy.
Okay, well, you buying me a ticket?
Oh, Lord. I can say yes, I can say no.
Have a nice evening, Drumstick. Take care of yourself, eh? Enjoy your evening.
Okay, then. Have a nice day.
Okay, bye-bye. It's real. It's 91. Grenada, we love you. We've got the weather. Yeah, that's going to come up in a couple of ticks. Let me switch.
That's why everybody wants.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most: your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
We can all use some holiday cheer, so Christmas is coming early this year. Unwrap the true magic of Christmas on Real FM 91.9 and 91.5. The time of love and giving is here, so come, take advantage of our specially developed packages as we celebrate our 18th anniversary as a media entity. Packages start as low as $500, which guarantees 5 spots per day, Monday to Friday, and bonus spots on Saturdays. Promotion ends January 31st, 2023. Call 442-0975 or email us at real919fm@gmail.com for more information. Don't miss this superb opportunity to get great discounts when you advertise with Real FM.
It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5. Cassia Johnson, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners. Here is the weather for today, Thursday, 8th December 2022. Presently at the airport, conditions are fair, winds are calm. Pressure 1012.2 millibars, which is below normal and rising. Present temperature 25.2 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 81%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 29.8 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperature last night 23.3 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, there was no rainfall at the airport. Hence, total for the month remains at 11.7 millimeters. Looking at the public forecast, valid for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be generally fair. Today's maximum temperature 30.0 degrees Celsius. Winds northwesterly to northerly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate, waves 2 to 5 feet in open waters. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tides are currently falling and will be low at 11 a.m., high at 5 p.m. Sunset today, 5:43, sunrise tomorrow, 6:17. Again, the weather is expected to be generally fair. A marine advisory remains in effect. From the Met Office, I am Cassia John.
Thank you very much, my dear. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you, same to you.
Okay, bye-bye. It's Real FM in the morning time. 7:25. Yeah, 7:25. That's our time. Stay with us.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one. Yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. We used to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinidad during the revolution. We used to use up all the fruits that we had. When the cocoa, nutmeg and banana was at the highest level, now the youth them don't want to take over from the elders and continue. Oh gosh, why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. Lord, Lord, Lord. All over the world you go, agriculture is number one. We soil is so rich and pure, but the youths cannot understand. Well, all the education you have, man, still can ignore the soil. Everybody want to work in office, and I know the reason why. Yes, man, everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. want to sit down in computer. Tell you just now, my brothers, all you with them computers. Oh yes. All right. Agriculture. Number one. Yes, the number one. Agriculture. Oh yes. Number one. Yes, the number one. Agriculture. Number one.
Cardi is available for technical advice to farmers and other agricultural personnel. You can reach us in the office at 443-5459 or on our cell at 420-1396. Our office is located at Wester Hall in St. David's for all your conveniences. Drop-ins are also welcomed.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without goals, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my.
It is real. It's 91.9.
All you go with them computers.
28 minutes on the upswing now to the 8 o'clock. I remember I said to you this morning earlier on, friends, that we have a special for you this morning, which is a program, as produced by, not produced by Real FM, as produced by Cardi. And, our Cardi Connect is Reginald Andel. So he's here, and he'll be speaking to a number of different people. Based on what I'm seeing here, I am of the opinion that he'll also be speaking to the Minister for Agriculture, and that is the Honorable Adrian Thomas. In the Calypso world, they call him Persuader. So I guess the Mr. Andel was able to persuade Persuader to be a part of the program this morning. So a little bit later on, I think that we'll be speaking, he will be speaking to these people. The two persons already into the program, but I need to see their faces so I can, and anyway. But let's go to Mr. Andel and hear him this morning. Mr. Andel, good morning, and how are you doing this morning? How was your night? And did you have a good trip on your way to Real FM this morning?
Good morning, Andre. Thank you so very much for having me here. I did have a good night. I did have a good trip to Real FM this morning, and I want to thank you and the staff of Real FM for entertaining us on this program this morning. We are ever so grateful. We have had quite a lengthy relationship agriculture-wise with Real FM on Agriculture Thursday, And so we thought it best that we can use this medium to have our Cardi Day annual celebration this way. Using this medium, of course, it's abnormal in the sense of what we have been doing as our Cardi Day celebration over the years, but we at Cardi have thought, let's use this medium so we can reach a wider public with our annual day celebrations today. So thank you very much to you and to Real FM. Let's give the Lord thanks. Father, in the name of Jesus, we give you thanks for having us here today, having Cardi in existence and sustaining it and bringing it to its 40th annual anniversary, for which we thank you. We thank you for the program today, for your blessings upon every one of us. In Jesus' name,
Amen.
Amen.
So what have you got in store for the people this morning?
Well, first of all, we have a message from the Executive Director of Cardi, and this will be delivered by none other by our technical assistant in Grenada, Mr. Ruben Raymond. So he will now deliver.
Mr. Ruben Raymond,
Yeah.
is he supposed to be online there already?
Yeah, he's supposed to be online.
Okay, I see a gentleman.
That should be him.
All right, there's a gentleman. All right, so let's do so and bring him up so he can join you, and he's already there. And good, if you say good morning to him, he'll hear you.
Yes, good morning, Ruben.
Good morning, boss. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Ruben.
Good morning, boss.
Okay, so go right ahead.
Good morning.
And,
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Ruben.
Good morning, boss.
Good. Okay, so go right ahead.
Good morning.
And,
Good morning.
Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning, boss.
Good. Okay, so go right ahead.
Good morning.
And,
Good morning. Good morning,
Ruben.
Good morning, boss.
Good. Okay, so go right ahead.
Good morning.
And,
Good morning. Good morning, boss.
Okay, so let's do a bit of a pause here. It seems like he's stuck in a loop. Let's do a bit and of a pause here. This makes absolutely no sense. It seems like he's stuck in a loop. Let me take a bit of music. I'll be right back. This is Real. Stay with us, friends. We'll be right back.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation. And those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man jack this and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down and compute.
Everybody wanting to sit down and computer, and nobody's bothering about agriculture. I am trusting. Okay, let's go to Ruben once again, and let's say good morning. Hold on. Let's see and say good morning, Ruben. Are you there with us?
I'm here, Mr. Donald.
Okay, great. Go ahead with your message, please, sir.
Thank you very much. On the 5th of December 2022, the Caribbean Agriculture Research and Development Institute, CARDI, celebrated its 48th anniversary. Over the past 2 years, CARDI's anniversary celebration has been quiet and understated due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, this year we are delighted to once again open our doors to all to participate in our activities commemorating this special occasion. Over the next 2 weeks, activities across our 14 member states will include seminars, exhibitions, school tours, and workshops. Cardi Day is an important activity in our outreach calendar. It's important for us to highlight the achievements and results of our work program in the public domain. For us, it's more than just promotional. It's about being accountable to and transparent with our stakeholders, partners, and clients. Added 2023 marks the start of the Institute 5-year strategic period, and this is an opportunity for the Institute to also preview plans for transforming the Caribbean area food systems and highlights how we've been supporting the regional initiatives such as reducing food import bill by 25%.
It is great. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Mr. Rubin, we'll have to stop you here because we're having a technical issue, which is really, really sad. And we are going to try to use another means so as to reach you. I guess Mr. Andal has your phone number, so I will use my phone to call you. Okay. And we will do it via the telephone, okay, via your cell phone. Just nod if you got that. If good, great. This is real. This is 91.9. Stay with us.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one. Yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from here to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Japanese and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why everybody want to sit down in computer and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, every computer, agriculture.
This is Real 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Mr. Rubin, are you there with us, sir?
I'm here.
Good. Wonderful. Can you continue, please? Well, start over for us, please.
Okay, great.
Good.
On the 5th of December 2022, the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, celebrated its 48th anniversary. Over the last 2 years, CARDI's anniversary celebration has been quiet and understated due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, this year we are delighted to once again open our doors to all to participate in activities commemorating this special occasion. Over the next 2 weeks, activities across 14 member states will include seminars, exhibitions, school tours, and workshops. Cardi Day is an important activity in our outreach calendar. It's important for us to highlight the achievements and work and results of our work program in the public domain. For us, it's more than just promotional. It's about being accountable and transparent with our stakeholders, partners, and clients. Added, 2023 marks the start of the Institute 5-year strategic period. And this is an opportunity for the Institute to also preview plans for transforming the Caribbean agri-food systems and highlight how we will be supporting the regional initiatives such as reducing food import by 25% by the year 2025. The Caribbean food systems remain highly fragile and vulnerable to COVID-19, climate change, and conflict. These shocks and disasters continue to negatively impact lives and livelihoods, further deteriorating food insecurity. Data from the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, revealed that in March 2022, Food inflation in the region increased by 10.2% across 20 countries as compared to March 2021, with Barbados and Jamaica recording 20% and 15% respectively, with food price inflation respectively. Suriname recording a massive 68.3% food inflation rate. Furthermore, the fourth round of the CARICOM Caribbean COVID-19 Food Security and Livelihood Impact Survey revealed that 2.7 million people, which is about 39% out of 7.1 million in the English-speaking Caribbean, are food insecure. Agriculture can reverse these worrying trends. And on the occasion of our 40th anniversary, we wish to reaffirm our commitment to the regional community and changing the trajectory of the Caribbean agriculture. CARI is committed to providing the science-based solutions to lead this transformation and repositioning of the sector. Together with the right partnership, innovations, and investments, the Institute will help reposition the Caribbean agriculture sector to be an engine for food and nutrition security, sustainable growth, employment, and resilience. 2022 was a year of rebuilding. In spite of the challenges, we are happy with the results achieved under some of our flagship programs and projects. Under the EU CARIFORUM Coconut Industry Development Expansion and Enhancement Support for the Caribbean project being implemented by CADI and the International Trade Center, ITC, 25 new refurbished nurseries can now supply sufficient planting material to establish 14,000 hectares of coconut annually across the Caribbean. The Brazil Green Dwarf, a water-nut variety, which can potentially be a game changer for the industry, is currently being evaluated in Guyana. 1,000 of these seed nuts were imported into Guyana from Brazil. In Trinidad and Tobago, CADI collaborated with the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands Fisheries Research Division to validate 3 improved pheromone trapping technologies for the South American palm weevil, which carries the vector for red ring disease. These results show that the improved trap design, the use of synergistic and positioning of the trap were effective in controlling the weevil population. The results from these on-the-farm trials are being used as part of an IPM program for improved management of red ring disease. Across the Caribbean, more than 13,000 persons have benefited from capacity building initiatives which targeted areas like nursery establishment and management, pest and disease management, tissue culture production, and processing. The Institute, through funding provided by the Caribbean Development Bank, completed a value chain analysis of the sweet potato industry in 4 countries. The information will be used to guide production, marketing, and processing initiatives. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 2 dashing cultivars introduced and evaluated by CADI are now the choice of many farmers as they are highly productive, tolerant to pests and disease, and adaptive to soil and climatic conditions. The Institute also provided technical support to St. Kitts and Nevis, who is working to rejuvenate its root and tuber sector. In Dominica, CADI is working with the Ministry of Agriculture to develop the country's wide potato industry. Through the assistance of FAO, CADI Barbados demonstrated the locally produced fish-based silage, which can be used as an effective commercial feed. The ramifications of this are significant, as imported grain for commercial feed production is among the top 3 imported food items into the region, averaging between US 400 to 500 million annually. Antigua and Barbuda, Belize, and Grenada led the way with production of quality planting material. More than 40 kilograms of seed for West Indies Red, Moruga Red, and Scotch Bonnet were produced by CARDI and marketed throughout the Caribbean Agricultural Commercial Services Hub Limited, which is CASH, as the Center for the Institute Cereal and Grain Legume Program. Bellis produced 153.9 metric ton of corn grain, 116 metric ton soybean grain, as well as seeds for red bean, black bean, and peanut. These were sold to farmers and processors. CARDI Grenada produced and sold over 55,000 vegetable seedlings for the farming community in 2022. In the area of climate change mitigation, work for the Institute under the pilot program for climate resilience, EPCR, showed that 2 sweet potato varieties in Jamaica, that's Uplifter and Ganja, have drought-tolerant characteristics. The Institute continues to support the demonstration and adoption of hydroponics and other climate-smart production systems and practices across member states. These are just a few examples of some of the achievements of the Institute over the past year. This would have been impossible without the support of our staff, the people who work every day to build a better institute. Thank you for your commitment and selfless service. In closing, we also wish to express our thanks to our Board of Governors, the Board of Directors, all partners, owners, and collaborators for the steadfast support, and wish everyone a happy CARDI Day 2020.
Well, thank you very much. And how are you doing this morning, though?
I'm doing quite fine, Mr. Donald.
Yeah, well, I have your boss here, so you can take a break. You can go and lime in tongue or wherever, and then I don't want to get you fired. I don't want to get you fired at all. No, I wouldn't do that. But thanks for all that information there. It was really, really, really well accepted by me, and I'm sure that the many listeners. And it's good to know a lot more about, and maybe we can continue this, giving more information about CARDI and its operation in Grenada, in Trinidad, in Jamaica. I guess a lot of people will be wanting to hear a lot more about the ganja. So, and
the ganja is the name of this potato, actually.
Is the name of a potato?
Yes, that is what it was. Uplifter and Ganja. The Ganja, they are drought-resistant potato.
Oh, man, I think in the Ganja is the... I don't...
Andre, don't go there.
Not yet. I hear you. Have a wonderful day, though, sir. Take care of yourself.
Thanks. You take care.
Okay, great. Bye-bye. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. This is your friendly family agricultural station. Stay with us.
CARDI is available for technical advice to farmers and other agricultural personnel. You can reach us in the office at 443-5459 or on our cell at 420-1396. Our office is located at Wester Hall in St. David's for all your conveniences. Drop-ins are also welcomed.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture?
Well, still here with Reginald Andel, and that's a face you're seeing on your screen right now if you're viewing us on the YouTube, and if you're going to be listening, you'll be hearing in a couple of seconds. And Mr. Andel, as we continue to do something which is really different, celebrate CARDI Day in a different way. We've heard all the information, and there was I thinking about ganja. Once I hear ganja, my thing went up, and I'm thinking he's talking marijuana all the time. The guy's talking potatoes.
Of course. You know.
So where does ganja potatoes come from?
Well, that's a variety in Jamaica. It's a local variety in Jamaica. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Do we have it here?
No, we don't have it here.
When we get in the ganja?
Well, we have not thought of bringing it to Grenada, but I don't think it's really necessary to have that cultivar sweet potato in Grenada.
Okay.
It's just a name they gave it.
It's just a name they gave it.
Yeah, just a name they
Just a
gave
name
it.
they gave it.
That's
And then I heard, I'm almost certain I heard in his budget address, Prime Minister Mitchell mentioned something about white potatoes. And I'm like, white potatoes? What's he talking about? And now I heard Mr. Ruben mentioning again white potatoes. What is that?
White potato is just a different name for Irish potato.
Oh, God. Yeah. You have me thinking like I get lost or somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Irish potatoes, actually. Okay.
And the name Irish, which of course comes from Ireland, is not really, that potato is not really from Ireland, you know. That potato is from Peru, the Andes Mountains in Peru. That's where it's really from. But however, from the 1700s and so on, it was distributed all over the world. So, and it has become a major staple food for
So why do we call it Irish?
The reason for calling it Irish is because it was so widespread in Ireland, all over the country, and it was the major staple food in Ireland at the time. That's maybe about 200 years ago. And then a disease called Phytophthora knocked out the whole cultivation throughout the country, and so there was starvation in Ireland.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
as
bad.
Yeah, that was bad. And as a result of that, there was massive immigration out of Ireland into North America.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You have some information that you need to give to us. What is it all about?
Yes,
what are you going to give us?
I have the history of Cardi, the history of the founding of Cardi through the Caribbean.
All right, let's hear you.
So the early days of agricultural research in the Eastern Caribbean went like this. The dense network of botanical gardens established in most of the British colonies during the 19th century is credited with laying the foundation for agricultural research in the Caribbean. However, the formal agricultural research structure dates back to 1898, when the Imperial Department of Agriculture for the West Indies was established in Barbados. Between 1921 to 1922, that department was moved to Trinidad and merged with the West Indian Agricultural College to form the Imperial College of Tropical Agriculture, ICTA, in 1923, and was recognized as the Center for Tropical Agricultural Research and Education for the British Territories. ICTA's research work was focused on the principal plantation crops at that time, which were sugar, cocoa, bananas, and citrus. It also had a vibrant soil science program through which soil profile descriptions for most of the Caribbean islands were completed during the 1950s and 1960s. For 30 years, ICTA was the only center in the British Commonwealth that offered postgraduate training in tropical agriculture. The Postgraduate Diploma in Tropical Agriculture, or DTA, Trinidad, conferred to graduates was widely recognized throughout the tropics. Subsequently, ICTA's research and teaching operations was separated, and the Regional Research Center, RRC, was established to undertake the research functions of the ICTA. The RRC was specially established to devote more time to improving cocoa production. However, the RRC also became widely recognized for its work in the area of soil surveys and the production of soil maps of the English-speaking Caribbean countries. In addition, its research in traditional crops such as pigeon peas, root crops, and pest and disease and weed management for vegetables and root crops were of the highest quality. In 1960, ICTA, which was now primarily a teaching institution, merged with the University College of the West Indies, located in Jamaica, to establish the Faculty of Agriculture at St. Augustine, Trinidad and Tobago. In 1992, that institute became the University of the West Indies, UWI. The RRC continued as an autonomous research institute. The technical supervision of the RRC was effected through an advisory technical committee made up of representatives of Caribbean governments, UWI and the government of the United Kingdom. However, in the late 1960s, with the withdrawal of British funding for institutional support, the RRC's assets were vested with UWI and its staff was transferred to the Faculty of Agriculture. The birth of CARDI. Notwithstanding the contribution that the RRC had made of tropical agricultural research, member states were not satisfied that enough change was being effected at the grassroots level. In light of this, and the fact that regional governments were committed to the diversification of the agricultural sector, it was determined that an organization was needed to address the more direct needs of regional agricultural research and development. A CARICOM-appointed mission, led by Dr. Lewis Campbell, head of the Agricultural Division, Caribbean Development Bank, and including representatives of the Ministries of Agriculture in the RRC participating countries, Guyana, and the CARICOM Secretariat, examined the role and function of the RRC and regional agricultural research. The main recommendation of the mission was that the RRC should be replaced by a new regional organization that should be separated financially and administratively from UWI and be responsible to the CARICOM Standing Committee of Ministers responsible for agriculture. CARICOM governments accepted this recommendation, resulted in the formation of an Agricultural Research and Development Institute, autonomous and distinct from UWI. In 1974, the Caribbean Agricultural and Research and Development Institute was born. According to the Articles of Agreement establishing CARDI, the Institute was charged, among other functions, to provide for the research and development needs of the agriculture of the region as identified in national plans and policies, to provide an appropriate research and development service to the agricultural sector of member states. The then existing 12 CARICOM member states signed the agreement establishing CARDI: Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Belize, Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Trinidad and Tobago. They agreed to provide funding for the Institute's co-budget according to an agreed formula. The Institute is governed by a board of governors consisting of ministers of agriculture from each member state, a board of directors comprising representatives of the ministers, the CARICOM Secretariat, the Caribbean Development Bank, UWI, and the University of Guyana. The Technical Center for Agricultural and Rural Cooperation, CTA, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, and the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, IICA, are observers. The management and staff are led by an executive director. The Institute has its headquarters in Trinidad and Tobago and now has representation in 14 countries, including Cayman Islands and the Bahamas, who became members in 2014 and 2016, respectively. It is interesting to note that the first executive director of CARDI was Dr. Reginald Pierre, a Grenadian. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Dr. Reginald Pierre, first
executive director of CARDI.
Where is he now?
He's in Westerhall, St. David's at his home.
Are we going to have a conversation with him this
Well,
morning?
we didn't plan that for this morning.
Come on. On a CARDI day? Anyway, let's leave that alone. Yeah? But next time, or maybe one of these mornings,
we could try to link him.
We could try to link him and have a conversation with him about that. Yeah, it'd be good. Nice information there in CARDI, and I felt proud to know that Grenada was with the first step of CARDI.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. St. Vincent wasn't.
No, St. Vincent was there. The thing
Not
is,
the first step.
No, all
Based
these
on
countries.
what you just read.
Yeah, no, all these countries were there in the first step, but a Grenadian, Dr. Reginald Pierre, was the first executive director, or the first top manager. Sorry.
Okay, maybe I heard wrong. So anyway, let's not make that an issue again. So Now that we've established that, we have a piece here by a young lady. Who is it, and what can you tell us about the young lady who's going to be reading this one?
Well, her name is Janelle Charles. She's the administrative assistant or administrative secretary for the CADI unit in Grenada. Right,
So she's the one we're reading this.
Yeah, she's the one.
The piece is about what?
Well, the piece is about the history of CADI in Grenada itself. We localize it. Right now. What I read about the history of CADI overall in the region.
So
she's giving a snippet of the history of CADI in Grenada itself.
Let's hear Janelle. Janelle Charles?
Correct.
Okay.
Brief history of CADI Grenada. The CADI Grenada office and field station in Grenada was opened in 1982 at Wester Hall, St. David's, where it still exists today. Over the years, CADI has conducted numerous applied agricultural research and development activities. For example, the Farming Systems Research and Development Project funded by USAID from 1983 to 1987, the Agricultural Research and Extension Project, and the Tropical Production Project, to name a few. Some research and development activities conducted were establishment of Lucina guinea grass protein energy banks for livestock in Carriacou, corn and pigeon pea intercropping, Tanya and legumes intercropping, hot pepper export program, high-density hot pepper production, construction of 10 goat houses, dwarfing golden apple, corn and sweet potato intercropping, cassava production, cassava bread initiative, high-density Julie mango production, selection of local fruit cultivars, example, guinep, sapodilla, and red plums, accession of sweet potato varieties, introduction of open-pollinated corn, dwarf pigeon pea, identification of casual agent of nutmeg root rot disease, soursop fertilizer trials, and hand pollination trials, supply of quality vegetable, plant and materials, etc. Numerous training activities with farmers and different organizations such as NIFO, Union Agricultural Processors, St. Patrick's and St. Andrews Goat Farmers Association, Vegetable Seedling Nursery Operators. Key stakeholders: farmers, Ministry of Agriculture, ICA, FAO, Bureau of Standards, GCNA, GCA, Carriacou Farmers Association, CTA, ITC, EU, and the Trinidad and Tobago Agribusiness Association. Over the years, some key personnel have been Kenneth Buckmeyer, Augustine Regis, Reynold Benjamin, Raul Charles, Curtis Mitchell, Jesse McBurney, Samuel Pope, Elton Charles, Micah Isaac, Dumba Andrews, Cynthia Prasad, Vasu Stewart, Ian Gibbs, Ronald Pilgrim, Randas Gautam, Lita Paul Raj, Desmond Jones, Reginald Andold, Ruben Raymond, and yours truly, Janelle Charles.
You want to take a call?
Oh, there are calls?
Invite.
Well,
Maybe
you
one
can
call.
invite. There's one, a Gustav person who's saying good morning, and they're listening in from St. Lucia. Good morning, Miss Aquila. I hope I got it right there. Aquila Gustav from St. Lucia, who's listening in. Aquila, if you would like to be a part of the program, you can call in on the WhatsApp number 442-0175. That's 442 Aquila 0175. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Good morning to Mr. Andal and to you, Mr. Andre Donald. Very, very nice piece of information there. I feel heart well felt with that piece of information there. I didn't really hear the year that he said CADI started in Grenada.
82.
82. Let me mark that there. Why? 82. And a lot of the names he called there, I'm aware of them very much, including, well, the first gentleman, Mr. Reginald Pear. I had a lot to do with him because he was of recent time, he was responsible for the management of Douglaston Estate to some extent. So I had a lot to do with him, and I can tell you that he's a no-nonsense man to work with. He just stand no nonsense. And if things was well and he was there still, I thought we would have reached somewhere in Douglaston. So I could tell you that I know. Hats off to these people, and I wish, based on what I heard from Mr. Andal, I wish that some coordination with government can be seek for us to re-establish in the few acres of land that remain in Grenada. I wish that something could be established to take agriculture forward. My thing is that I'm hearing a lot of talk about agriculture, but I'm not seeing it into action. And there is room, and exportist people out there still, like we see Mr. Andal and others, who can help to bring across a proper structured agricultural program. And I'm not seeing that happening. I'm definitely not seeing that happening. You just said if the Prime Minister talk about white potatoes, as you said, and it was believed or said that Irish potato can go in Grenada. I heard that. I don't know true, but we heard in the audio that Irish potato can grow in Grenada. If we can grow Irish potato in Grenada, and we have all this amount of acres of land here that we could put under cultivation, we are starving ourselves. Mr. Andal, time for your organization to wake up and speak to the government and put a proper program on. If we can grow that in Grenada, we are starving ourselves because there is enough land for us to grow enough potato here to self-feed ourselves. I rest my case there.
Richmond, let me be clear. You are saying that you want us to grow Irish potato in Grenada? If that's what you're saying, then yes, Irish potato can be grown in Grenada. However, there are disease problems which limit the production of Irish potato in Grenada. In the 1980s, Irish potato was being grown on a small scale in Grenada, in Paradise, Paradise Farm, and so on. However, because of disease problems, serious disease problems, it didn't really take off. The other factor is, to grow Irish potato cheaply, you need large area of tractable lands, with machinery and so on. The structure of our land in Grenada is very hilly terrain. It's very small plots. So that limits us to what is referred to as economies of scale, to use machines over large area and so on. So we can grow it, but in a small way.
Can we use? We understand that, yes, we don't have the kind of lands that we can use tractors on because of our terrain, but wouldn't it be possible to do the same thing as we do with sweet potatoes, so that we grow for local consumption?
But yes, well, that's what I'm saying. We can grow in a limited way. Now, sweet potato is much easier to grow in Grenada, and that's why you find sweet potato being grown all over the place.
What is the
and
difference?
Therefore,
what's the huge difference?
Well, they're different genetically. Yeah. It's a different crop. Sweet potato is most suited to the low altitude of Grenada, because we're close to sea level in Grenada most of the time. Even though you go up to the mountain up there and so on, in Birch Grove and so on, you are still low, relatively speaking. Irish potato now is genetically suitable for much more higher elevations and more cooler temperatures.
Such as?
Well, higher elevation, which is much higher than what you have in Grenada, and cooler situations.
So white potatoes is not a thing for Grenada. Is that what you say?
No. Well, essentially, yeah. I personally don't think we should really focus on the disease problems and so on. So it's going to be a battle.
And
So-
then that disease may transfer itself to some other crop.
But not necessarily. That disease is in Grenada. You have it on cocoa. You know, it's what causes the black pod in cocoa.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's there. So what, to me, we should really expand more on sweet potato, which is much easier to be grown. So we can expand our consumption of it, our use of it, how we cook it, and so on. I think that's where we should really focus on.
So then the focus should not be on white potato.
No, it should not. It should not be. It should not be. But you see, because of our historical culture in how we eat, that's why you have that prevalence of white potato being consumed in Grenada. You know, for example, you have a lot of white potato chips or Irish potato chips. You know, it's a popular thing. Chicken and chips. You can do chips with sweet potato. You can do lovely chips with breadfruit, with banana, with blogger. But we just have not maximized the use of our own local foods in that way.
What do you think is responsible for that?
Well, again, it's history. I think it's our history. That history has been ingrained in the minds and the eating habits of us, and therefore it's difficult to get away from it. You know.
Do you think it has? But okay, you said history, but how about the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council? Do you think that they have a part to play?
Of course, they have a part to play, and they have been playing their part. There are many stakeholders who have a part to play.
They have been?
Well, they have been playing a part. Okay. They have been playing a part. They have been doing what
you must point me in the direction so I could see.
Yeah, I'll give you the number.
Yeah. No, not that number. Point me to see so I can see what they're doing.
Well, we'll have to speak to them so that they can see exactly what they have been doing.
Nothing.
No. Let's not go along there. This program is not for that. This program is we're focusing on.
We've got a caller. Good morning. Hi.
Yes, good morning and congratulations to Cardi on the program. I don't know if Cardi ever invested or researched in beekeeping, but I will hope that Cardi gives some consideration to commercial queen rearing. If we have one or two commercial queen rearing sites in Grenada, Dominica, or St. Lucia, we could provide queens on a commercial basis to perhaps the whole Caribbean, Guyana, and also United States of America. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much for that contribution, caller. We have not done anything basically in bees in Grenada, but we can investigate.
Has Cardi done anything with bees in other countries in the Caribbean?
Yes, they would have done small things in other countries, but for Grenada, we have not had that request. We have not had that to focus on bees in Grenada. We do know of the very importance of bees play in the agricultural sector for crop production, even for income generation by the bee rearers and so on. I think we should maybe move on now.
We have another call.
Oh, well, let's take that as the last call
Good morning.
for now, and then we'll move on.
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, Irish potatoes was grown in Granite Town. And just recently, there's an English, I can't say English, but I know he's from Europe. And he grew Irish potatoes in a little estate that we call Waity. Waity's estate is a small estate on the other side of St. Margaret. So if you go into the St. Margaret Fall, the lands on the other side there, it's called Waity Estate. Mm-hmm. And just sometime last year, he grew Irish potatoes there and they exhibited they had it on television as an exhibition. You know, the press came up there and they showed them. So Irish potatoes has been grown in the Granite Tank area.
Okay.
Yeah, well, caller. Yeah, caller. Yes, you are right. But as I said, you know, we can grow Irish potato in Grenada. It's not impossible. We can do it, but because of the disease issues we face, growing it on a widespread level is going to be difficult.
But even we can grow it on some small plots for domestic just
yes. That can be done. That can be done. Even sometimes we talk about onions. Onions has been grown very successfully in Grenada. We ourselves have grown it many times very successfully.
True blue and Maribor, and we grew big onions
Exactly.
I've seen onions that we grew in Maribor, and the red onions there.
Well, red and brown, it doesn't matter.
No, but what I'm saying, but if, because the red onion, you say it has a lot of medicinal properties and so forth, right? And that was grown in True Blue and Maribor very successfully. So
yes, very, very much so. But the point I want to make is not that we cannot grow onions successfully. Onion is easily grown in Grenada. The problem we face is our high cost of production, and therefore we cannot compete with the imported onions. That's the reality of the situation.
Well, we cannot compete, but then if we understand how we can grow onion, then and we can grow onion for our own purposes, our own usages. Mr. Handel, have you ever been able to come across a book written by Mr. Lionel Alexis, Agricola? That was one of the first agriculture. Lionel Alexis was the first person in Grenada to get an agricultural scholarship, and he wrote a book, Agricola. Have you ever seen that?
No, I've never. I'm aware of the name, but I've never. Well, the name I'm aware of is for an agricultural series called Agricola, but that particular book, no, I've never seen it.
Yeah, Agricola.
Yeah, so if you want to make a copy available to me, I could read it and give it back to you.
Okay, I'll ask you some, because I know that you have a copy might be wrong. I'll have to ask you some for a copy. Agricola. It was written by Lionel Alexis.
Yeah,
he was the owner of Preference Estate.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so very much. Okay. Well, we do have another insert that we want to promote here. It's about coconut production in Grenada, the coconut project, in Grenada. So we'll have one of our technical experts, Miss Sabrina Thomas and Nakima Patrick. They are going to make that presentation shortly.
This is real, 91.9, 91.5. Stay with us.
Is available for technical advice to farmers and other agricultural personnel. You can reach us in the office at 443-5459 or on our cell at 420-1396. Our office is located at Wester Hall in St. David's for all your conveniences. Drop-ins are also welcomed.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, that's the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation. And those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. We used to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinidad. doing the
It is real. It's 91.9. Good morning again, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Maxine Belfon, good morning to you and to what I believe is our first time listener out of St. Lucia, Aquila Gustav. Top of the morning to you, and thanks for joining Real FM for our agricultural program this Thursday. Reminding our listeners, though, that come 9 o'clock this morning, we will be going over to Parliament Building at Mount Welldale for continued coverage of the 2023 budget presentation. All right, you've had the budget presented by Prime Minister Mitchell, Deacon Mitchell. That was done on Monday, and then the 2 days had to be given to the opposition so that they can start their preparation. So Tuesday, Wednesday given, today Thursday. Dr. Keith Mitchell is expected to be presenting, well, his version of what he thinks of what the budget should be, and that should start around about 9 o'clock this morning. Mr. Andel, I think you've got some people that you need to introduce.
Yes, well, one of our CADI personnel in Grenada, sorry, not one, but two of our CADI personnel in Grenada, that's Mrs. Sabrina Thomas and Nakima Patrick. They will be speaking briefly about the coconut project activities in Grenada for the past year or so. So we hand over to you now, Sabrina.
Good morning, everybody. Today we'll be talking about the coconut project, phase 2. Our overview on the project is our plan of activities, components 1 and 2, activities and accomplishments, including farmer engagement, lead farmer selection, seed nut collection, analysis, and propagation.
of Jamaica, the University of Florida, and the Ministry of Agriculture. The first training was on coconut production and lethal yellowing management, and this was conducted by ITC and CIB. The major target of this training was Ministry of Agriculture Extension officers and coconut farmers. This training was done majorly to sensitize farmers and extension officers on lethal yellowing, which is a very deadly disease that affects coconuts. However, we have no recorded cases of lethal yellowing here in Grenada, but other Caribbean islands have, so it's important that we impart knowledge on the disease, the signs and symptoms, how to identify the vector, what to do if you have a suspected case, and how to control it. The second training we had was nursery management, coconut processing, and food safety. And the main target of this was nursery operators, coconut water and oil processors, and members of GCNE. The purpose of this training was to instill good management practices in and around coconut nurseries and farms, to introduce small-scale coconut processing equipment and techniques, to show how to access local and regional markets through the expansion of product range, and to instill standards for food safety techniques when bottling coconut water and oil. To wrap up our presentation, we'll now give you some of the future plans, some of the things that we hope to achieve. We would like to continue supplying plants and giving technical assistance to farmers throughout the trial and safe. We would like to work with GCNA to create a coconut coir and nut mask cotton mix, which would be a good way to reduce the amount of coconut waste we have on island. We would like to conduct a coconut market analysis survey. We would like to ramp up the advertising and marketing of our local coconut plants and products, and we would like to continue with our mother farm selection. Thank you to our listeners and viewers.
Thank you very much, lovely young ladies, for all the interesting information that you would have given us there. This is Real 91.9, 91.5. The time has now moved on to 23 minutes. It is? No, 25 minutes before the 9 o'clock hour. Yes, Mr. Andel?
Yeah, I sent you the cell for the PS to come on.
Oh, for your PS to come on. Okay, fine. Give us a minute and we will have that right for you. This is Real FM. Stay with us, my friends.
Is available for Cardi is available for technical advice to farmers and other agricultural personnel. You can reach us in the office at 443-5459 or on our cell at 420-1396. Our office is located at Wester Hall in St. David's for all your conveniences. Drop-ins are also welcome at Wester Hall in St. David's for all your conveniences. Drop-ins are also welcome at Wester Hall in St. David's for all your conveniences. Drop-ins are also welcome at Wester Hall in St. David's for all your conveniences. Drop-ins are also welcome at Wester Hall in St. David's for all your conveniences. Drop-ins are also welcome at
Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation. Why you disown agriculture? And those wicked to the youths of this nation. Why you disown agriculture? Want to structure the plan. And those wicked to the youths of this nation. Why you disown agriculture? Want to structure the plan. And those wicked to the youths of this nation. Why you disown agriculture? Want to structure the plan. And those why would you show Africa? Why not set up the plan? I said, why would you show Africa? Why not set up the plan? I said, why would you show Africa? Why not set up the plan? Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now. Everybody want to sit down in computer. Brothers, all you go with them computers. Lord. We used to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinidad during the revolution. We used to use up all the fruits that we had. When we could do nutmeg and banana was at the highest level. Now the youth them don't want to take over from the elders and continue. Oh, that's why everybody want to sit down in computer and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want.
It is the realist 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Mr. Andal, I think you have a very special guest on the line. Want to tell us who it is?
Yes, well, we have a very special guest on the line right now, representing the Ministry of Agriculture to bring some remarks on our Cardi Day. That is the PS Aaron Francois. We had Adrian, the Honorable Adrian Thomas, lined up to bring the remarks, but he cannot make it. So PS Aaron Francois will be representing the Ministry of Agriculture and bringing remarks on behalf of them this morning. So PS Francois, you go right ahead.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Andal, and good morning to the listening audience. First of all, let me apologize for Senator the Honorable Adrian Thomas, who has parliamentary obligations this morning. He would have really liked to be here, but unfortunately he can't. And so on behalf of the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives, on behalf of the Minister, I want to extend warmest congratulations to Cardi on the hosting of its 14th annual Open Day here in Grenada. As the Ministry wishes to place on record its deepest appreciation to Cardi for the sterling contribution that it has made to agriculture in the region, and particularly in Grenada over the years, despite the many challenges that it faces in the more recent times. Since its establishment back in 1974 as a regional institution for agriculture and research and development, Cardi and the Ministry of Agriculture has developed very strong bonds over the years. Cardi was pivotal and contributed significantly to the development of many of our exotic fruits, as well as the root crop sector that is now part of our food system. More recently, it has also contributed to vegetable production through the provision of quality planting material to our farmers. In fact, many of our past and some of our present staff proudly remember the tremendous support that Cardi gave in the introduction and establishment of fruit orchards, including mangoes, golden apples, soursop, sugar apples, sapodillas, across the country that we now enjoy. On this occasion of Cardi's 14th annual Open Day, when it takes some time to reflect on and display some of its major achievements, permit us to reiterate the government of Grenada's firm commitment to the resuscitation of the agricultural sector. The government has placed agriculture and agro-processing at the center of its transformation agenda, with the aim of significantly increasing our nation's food and nutrition security and improving the overall livelihoods of especially our rural citizens by transforming the agricultural sector. In that regard, the ministry is absolutely sure that this major effort to successfully transforming the agricultural sector cannot happen without the participation of a strategic partner like KADI. The practice of agriculture is well known to involve high-risk activities. Many farmers invest in enterprises without absolute certainty that he would get a harvest or his animals would grow to maturity. With the onset of climate change and the increasing incidences of pests and diseases, it has become even more difficult to successfully practice agricultural activities. It is for these and many other challenges that the research and development work of KADI becomes even more important to help guide and help reduce the risk in the sector. The research into greater yielding and resistant varieties to certain pests and diseases, and the introduction of new technologies to help withstand the current threat of climate change are some of the major areas we would like to cooperate in going forward. In particular, the government has expressed its intention to also start white potato production, a priority that our ministry would be looking forward to work with KADI on. Therefore, the government and by extension the Ministry of Agriculture take this opportunity again to assure KADI of its commitment to working with you as a strategic partner in our drive to transform the agricultural sector here in Grenada. We are confident, based on your past record, that in you we have a solid, and so we look forward to meeting with you to discuss and identify strategic areas where we can continue to work together. Once again, the ministry congratulates KADI on this annual Open Day celebration and extends season greetings to everyone for a wonderful holiday season. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, P.S. Francois, for your address. On behalf of the Ministry of Agriculture, we greatly appreciate your presence with us here this morning. Thank you so very much.
Welcome.
All right, folks, we have our usual Agriculture Thursday presenter with us here this morning, Farmer Bertrand John. Bertrand, how are you doing this morning?
I am fine, Mr. Ando. I'm warm and easy as always.
So nice to have you on our KADI Day.
Well, happy to hear what KADI is doing. Been listening all morning.
Well, now is your turn to speak.
In relation to?
Well, in relation to KADI and KADI Day or whatsoever you want to,
Well, if you want me to speak about KADI, the statement and the notion remain the same. I think KADI is a useful entity in the region. Zeroing on Grenada, I particularly would like to see KADI involved in a lot more experiment and research, collaborating with farmers, giving the right resources, so that when we seriously want to produce crops, and not existing crops, but new ones too, we could have a template as to how we're working. Over the years, KADI been trying to serve the farmers with the limited resources that they have, and they're doing fairly good. However, I would like to see a lot more effort in the area of research and development, and I think we're lacking in that particular area in Grenada here. Too many times people want to grow a crop, and they have problems coming up with the manual as to how to do it. And every country, that manual might vary. You just never know, with the soil type, with the climate, with whatever. And KADI, with regards to its new project, the coconut project that they are now involved in, I think it's a good initiative. I think it's timely. However, I keep mentioning that the hindrance to the true development of projects like these is finance. For example, I involved in that coconut project. And to date, I've planted like, maybe 4 or 5 acres of coconut. And I would like to put in 30, 40 acres of coconuts. However, to clear 30, 40 acres of land, to put in coconut now and have to wait for 4 or 5 years to get returns, it's kind of, it's tight, it's hard. So would like, the people, the stakeholders, to take those kind of things into consideration, that when they're getting involved in projects of that nature, they have the right amount of resources to accomplish it. Wish Cardi good luck. Mr. Andal, you've been doing a very, very good job. And I can't see Cardi, being an institution that we could, just dispose of. I think he has his role to play, and wish them all the best.
Thank you so very much, BJ. Mr. Donald, I know you want to say something.
Don't pray for that. Don't pray for that. If you tell me this morning, don't go there.
Yeah, don't go there.
Right. So I'll be like BJ. See, I think I'm warm and easy this morning. I don't think we're going to do that. No. But I'm happy that BJ has seen the works of Cardi. But I like the idea of BJ wanting to do, because it's not the first time he's spoken of that. The first time the ladies, the two young ladies this morning, the first time they spoke on this program before, BJ indicated that they had come to his farm.
They're always on my
Yeah,
farm.
they had come to his farm. And one of the things he wanted to do was to put down that sort of an acreage of coconuts. And I somehow can't understand, and I'm not putting anything on Cardi here, I just can't understand why I don't even know if I can put it to government, but to some, can Cardi assist in writing a project so that a funding agency will see the need for getting involved in a pilot project as what BJ wants to do, putting down 20, 30 acres of coconuts, pure stand coconuts, and assist. Cardi might write up a project, submit it to an organization that is looking at things like this and assist him in at least clearing the lands, because clearing the lands is going to take a lot. I don't know.
Well, we can assist in writing up such a proposal.
But who do you submit it to? That's the thing.
That's where I'm going.
Andrew, there are certain projects that require grant money.
Okay, and that is grant.
And that is one of those
projects.
Given the nature and the circumstances under which we are farming in Grenada here, I can tell you it's going to be difficult for a private farmer to take 30, 40 acres of his land, tie it up into coconut production, and have to wait 5-6 years before he start getting returns.
Well, here's a simple solution.
Yeah.
Right now, the government is supporting farmers, etc., with assistance. I think it's up to a value of $30,000.
Okay.
So BJ just need to apply for that. That's it.
And I'm not even talking about those. Those money are too difficult to obtain.
No, man.
And you know that they are difficult to obtain.
There are quite a number of people who have been obtaining.
Brethren, when you hear government and politicians involved in certain things, you better leave it alone. I am telling you, Mr. Andal, that if you're going to do a project of that nature, funding should come from the people who are administering the program. And I'm saying that you should be having direct relationship to do with you people. Funding should come, for example, I want to plant 40 acres of coconut. You may say, BJ, in that particular case here, we might be able to provide 50% of the grant. You may have to put in 50%. The total is X amount and whatever. and you do your proper monitoring, your proper control, because you need to work with serious farmers in order to get those things done. This sticking of 5-6 coconut tree or 2 acres here or 3 acres there, we wouldn't seriously transform. We be talking about transformation, this is the order of the day.
Our final 5 minutes here. Our final 5 minutes. We're going to take our final caller here because we have to join Parliament, okay? Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Quickly,
Yes.
you only have
okay.
30 seconds.
Okay, I tend to support what BJ just said, but I'm thinking that CARDI have to play a definite role and other organizations. And I am seeing that we can start to group our farmers, group the areas, and decide as to what crop. For instance, CARDI had a golden apple project. You can come here, we have soursop. We can look at people's lands and decide among what amount of acres of soursop you can put on and get a project in place for that. And until those things happen, the helter-skelter of giving people some money to go and clean their lands is not paying off. You need a special project to get into that.
All right.
And you select farmers.
Gotta go now, Cliff. Good. Final thoughts from you.
Well, my final thoughts is I understand what BJ is saying very much. He's very much in order, and well, he doesn't want the $30,000 also. But anyway, I want to say thanks very much to Real FM.
You didn't say that. You did not say that.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
That's a blow under the belt. That's a blow under
Anyway.
the belt. But as you said to me this morning, don't go there. So I'm not going anywhere at all. I'm just going to leave it alone. But that one was a blow under the belt.
Right. So I want to say very thanks to Real FM for hosting us today on our CARDI Day celebration. We are ever so grateful to Real FM management and staff for that. So we are very happy for that. We also thank you very much for everyone of my staff who played the leading roles in this presentation today. Also want to say thanks to the listening public and thanks to our other listening CARDI colleagues from across the Caribbean.
The PS.
And thanks so very much to the PS for bringing the remarks on behalf of agriculture. Thanks for the callers. Thanks for BJ for his brief presentation also.
Gustav out of St. Lucia.
Thanks, Gustav, for...
At least she listened, and that's great.
We're so very thankful so very much. So
I want to challenge you, because I believe that CARDI has a lot to do.
Too much to do.
Andre,
for its limited resources.
Before we disappear, when you really need $300,000 or $3 million, and somebody offer you $30,000, they are disrespecting you. Have a good morning. Take care.
Thanks, BJ. Respect all.
Thanks a lot, BJ. Next time, state what you need.
Did you hear that?
But he didn't state what he needed, He just stated it.
No, he said it's 300,000.
300,000.
Oh. That's what he said.
That's what I need.
That's what he needs.
I think he needs more than that.
No, just for the coconut project. I can work with that.
BJ, stay right there. Don't move. I need to talk to you. So anyway, friends, it was really great having you. Stand by. We're going to be joining, we should be joining Parliament for continued coverage of the budget debate. I think, the leader of the opposition, Dr. Mitchell, should be making his contribution to the budget debate this morning. That should come up.
Should be an interesting morning.
Well, let's hope it is.
very, very much so.
Let us hope that it is. Thanks again, Mr. Stanton. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful DAY.
CARDI is available for technical advice to farmers and other agricultural personnel. You can reach us in the office at 443-5459 or on our cell at 420-1396. Our office is located at Wester Hall in St. David's for all your conveniences. Drop-ins are also welcomed.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first.